today we're going to cover a popular topic, weight loss, or leaning out, however you want to look at it. We really want to help you achieve your goals, and almost every single person that comes to us has weight loss in mind or has leaning out in mind. Sometimes it's a lot of weight to go, sometimes it's a little bit, but no matter what, there are similar things that we need to talk about that everybody needs to know and needs to practice in order to reach these goals. First thing, you must be in a calorie deficit. If you are not burning more calories than you are consuming, you won't have weight loss or fat loss. It's as simple as that. But let's dig a little deeper into this and help you understand what you can do to achieve your goals. So first things, either food needs to decrease, your caloric intake needs to decrease, or your physical activity needs to increase. Another option would be to do both. So you could be a little gentler on the decrease of calories, a little gentler on the increase of activity, or maybe you want to go hard and really see some good results. You can go hard on both of these ends. So first thing with food, let's talk about that. We need a decrease in your overall calories. Well, how do you know if you are decreasing your overall caloric intake? First, you need to know what you're eating. So what we recommend is just starting a food journal. That's it. Don't count calories, count macros, don't weigh and measure. Just simply hold yourself accountable for about 10 days. That's what I found is the sweet spot with people. Write down every single thing that goes in your mouth. Yes, even that one piece of cereal from your child's tray. Get religious with holding yourself accountable for everything that you're eating and drinking. Once you have done that, we usually see people lose weight just by doing that. But first, get an idea of what you're eating. Sometimes you don't realize what you're eating. You think you're eating way better than maybe you are. So first, start with the food journaling. Next, once you have completed that, we need to replace some of your foods with more fruits and vegetables. Not only because they're nutrient dense, but they are high fiber and they are low in calories. So say with your lunch you have a bag of chips. Let's replace that bag of chips with an apple, some grapes, maybe both. You will probably have a lower caloric intake by eating a piece or two of fruit or vegetables versus that bag of chips. So start replacing a lot of your foods with the fruits and vegetables. That's one easy way. Can you get about 800 grams? That's about 6 to 8 servings, about a big fistful of fruits and vegetables every day. That will help. You're going to fill up on that stuff first before the other foods come in. The next thing, look at your processed foods. Processed foods often contain a high amount of carbohydrates and fats, and those, they don't usually come in big packages either. It's a tiny package that is unfulfilling. There's not a lot of fiber in it, so you don't get very full and you're consuming a lot of calories. So let's take a look at those processed foods. And those are great places that you can start to pull those out and put in the fruits and vegetables instead. Another thing to look at are your fats. Fats add up very quickly. So if you tend to be a big peanut butter person, not that peanut butter is all fat, but there's a lot of fat in it, or you cook in a lot of oils, fry in a lot of oils, you use a lot of salad dressings, you eat a lot of nuts. There's nothing wrong with those foods, but they add up in calories very quickly. So that's another spot that you can pretty easily pull from to decrease your overall caloric intake. Now, the last thing, once you have started to do those things, start to track your calories. Start to see where you're at. And that's how you're going to know what's going on. So if you track your calories and every day you're hitting 2,100 calories every single day and you're not losing weight, you're not gaining weight, that would be your maintenance intake. From there, I need to start decreasing. If you are eating 2,100 calories a day every day and you're gaining a pound a week, you know you're on a gaining amount of calories. If you're losing weight at 2,100 calories a week, then you're at a deficit. But having that idea of where you're at is so important. So without getting into the nitty-gritty of weighing, measuring, macronutrients, things like that, those are some good steps that you can take to see where you're at and start to move forward. Now, as far as activity levels go and increasing your activity, there's a few things to look at. One would be increasing the intensity. So you're not adding in anything extra. You're just going harder. So when you come to the gym, you're lifting more weight. You're doing more reps. You're pushing the intensity more. I think sometimes people think they are at a 10 out of 10 in intensity, but they really aren't. So see if you can step it up a level on your conditioning workouts. Are you laying on the floor afterwards, half sick? Are you getting sore more often because you're pushing the loads? Look at things like that as far as feedback on how hard you're pushing yourself. Now, we also need to increase frequency. So not only are you going harder when you're in the gym, maybe you're committing to coming in an extra day or two throughout the week. Maybe you come in an extra day and then there's a day on the weekend where you're going for a 40-minute walk or a 20-minute run and adding in that extra activity. So this isn't just something small and simple. If you're really wanting to lose body fat, to lose weight, we need to really bump up that physical activity. And then another option as far as physical activity goes that you can combine into this would be to increase your daily steps. That's something that a smartwatch or your phone can really help you get a good view on. Are you pretty sedentary or are you moving a lot? And there's been some research behind 8,000 steps plus that's where we start to see some benefits as far as adding more steps in go. So shoot for a minimum of 8,000. 10,000 might be a better number to shoot for because some days you might fall short and then maybe you're hitting that 8,000 just by default. Some things to watch out for. Watch out for the weekends. You could be eating at a deficit, working out hard all week long, and then Saturday, Sunday comes and you make up for that full deficit by overeating on the weekend and being a sloth on the couch. So watch out for the weekends. If you're really wanting to lose weight, if you're really wanting to lose fat, it is a full-time gig. This isn't something that is part-time. That's Monday through Friday, and then you get to relax and let go and then hop back on it on Monday. When you're wanting to lose fat, when you're wanting to lose weight, you are on this journey until you hit your goal. There's no rest period until you get there, okay? We also want to watch out for inactivity periods. Sometimes things come up in life where you miss a day or two at the gym and then that bleeds into missing a week or two in the gym, and then you wonder, how come I'm gaining weight? How come my weight loss has stalled? Well, your physical activity has plummeted. So you have to also put that at the top of your priority list, that no matter what happens, you're going to get physical activity in and a good amount of it with good intensity behind it. A couple things to think of before we call this, end this video. When you weigh less, you will have a lower BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, how much you burn just at rest, not including physical activity moving around. When you're a smaller person, you don't require as much food to function. So keep that in mind. When you're dieting and wanting to lose weight, you have to get used to this new low caloric intake because that's going to be kind of your new way of eating as long as you're at this lower body weight. Now, something that can help us with that, if you want to increase your BMR, you need to have more muscle mass. If you have more muscle, your body will use more energy, require more energy or food to function. And it burns fat easier too, the more muscle that you have. So we need to also prioritize building muscle, which is going to be eating enough protein. We like to say at least 0.7 grams per pound of kind of your ideal body weight. And then also making sure that your training is intense enough to demand muscle growth. Sometimes people think, oh, if I just eat protein, my muscles are going to grow, or oh, if I just go to the gym, my muscles are going to grow. But if you don't have the right intake of food, if you don't have the right demand as far as physical activity goes, it's not going to happen. I hope this was helpful. I want to kind of kick you in the butt a little bit if you're wanting to lose weight, because it is not easy. It is a lot of work. And sometimes I think people think it is easy and it's not a lot of work. And then when they find out it's hard and it takes a lot of work, they give up and they quit. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go into this knowing that this is going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of work, but I can do it. It will pay off. Do not give up. Hold yourself accountable. Give yourself 2 months. Go for it. Plan your life around it. If you're really serious with this, don't let anything get in your way. Challenge yourself and see what happens. The chances are great that you're going to succeed and finally lose that weight that you've not been able to lose. So buck up, commit, and do it. If you guys need help, please reach out. I'd love to help you out. I love geeking out on nutrition and weight loss. I'm here for you. And let's do this.